lot of Schecters, and that is the ugliest thing I've ever seen.
You might own a lot of Schecters, but apparently you don't own a mirror, dude. Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome to SMG Viewers Comments. It's way too late in the afternoon for this. This is my epic 6 episodes in a row shooting thing I'm doing so I can travel across Asia and make some awesome videos for you guys. I have to do all this stuff ahead of time. So I'm coming off the end of a 6 episode in a row session. Never done this before, though. I think the most viewers comments I've shot in a row have been 4. 6 is pretty insane, but honestly, you guys made it real easy with all the comments about pickups and tone wood and all the rest of the stuff for the last few science experiments we've been doing. So for that, I am truly grateful. Anyway, let's get to your comments and questions right now.
Little difference in the mix, in a concert, no fucking difference that anybody would care about. Thanks for enlightening us.
Thanks, man. Yeah, once again, I'm still getting comments on that pickup swap video. Damn, can we move on already? Holy crap, it's been 6 freaking weeks. But you're right, very little difference. Kids, unless your pickups are noisy, save your money, please.
I just received my pedal from Sweetwater. This pedal sounds so amazing. It didn't even take much dialing in to get the tone I've been chasing after for so long. I'm currently running it through my 2x12 Boss Katana Mark 1 amp. I'm just speechless at how amazing my amp sounds. Great pedal.
Hey, that's fantastic. Of course, that's the Northern Mauler. Got that right here. You want to get yours, they're on sale at Sweetwater, or you can get them at the Rev site, you name it. This is just an awesome distortion pedal made by my friends at Rev, and it's based on some of my suggestions to kind of combine some Rev style distortion with some Swedish chainsaw style distortion. We got this wonderful blend control. I'm really happy with how this thing turned out, that's for sure. It's a great pedal, and it's definitely worth checking out, so thanks for that. Finally, we can talk about something other than pickups. I know you guys are probably 6 weeks into this, Glenn. Really, can we please move the fuck on? Yes, I want to move on too.
Glenn, I really appreciate all the videos you've done on guitars, pickup, speakers, but I feel like the biggest thing is still being overlooked. I, like many amateur engineers, have no idea how to hear like an audio engineer. How do I identify a problem in the upper mids? What are the upper mids exactly? How do I determine what instruments are clashing? Have you thought of putting together an ear training class for audio engineers so they can start to hear their mixes better? Defining the different frequency ranges and such, developing critical listening skills.
Well, dude, that is a fantastic suggestion. Fortunately, something that like that already exists over at the Spectre Academy, and that is Scott Elliott's Guitar Tone Mastery. He really does show you how to develop your skills, at least as far as getting your guitar sounds to work in your mix. And this course is absolutely fantastic. I recommend it to everyone. It's what I learned to make my guitar sounds better. Scott really knocked it out of the park with this one, and I'm super thrilled to be working with him on this because it's really that freaking good. But this just comes back to the thing, I need to make that video hearing a guitar by itself versus in the mix and how that works. It's probably a video I should probably be making this week before I take off, just to try and help you guys out a little bit. So that might keep your eyes peeled for that one. That might actually surface kind of as a like get your feet wet with that kind of thing. But as for a full-on developing your listening skills thing, I mean, like, it's just really trial and error more than anything. I don't know if I could do a course on that or not. I'm not sure if I could put what I do into words that would be easily digestible. I don't know. Then again, I'm too busy making content all the time, so who knows? It might happen, it might not. Keep your eyes peeled. It's a good suggestion nonetheless. Thanks so much for that.
This still doesn't explain why one guitar might sound different from another. If tone wood is a myth and pickups all sound the same, then what is it? The bridge? The nut? Both?
Well, honestly, it really doesn't make all that big of a difference. Once you actually tune the guitars the same and start playing them, it's like, wow, they really don't sound very, very different from one another. And this isn't a recorded situation. I mean, like, acoustically sitting in your lap, they're going to sound different. But when you listen back to the recorded signal, the changes being made aren't really that big, you know, and this is something we do need to get our heads around, is the fact that what people are hearing over a recorded signal chain is very different from what we're hearing in the room. And we need to be able to separate ourselves from that and make objective decisions based on that. Wow, have I been shooting all day? I'm starting to get a little fatigued here and starting to stutter over my words. Somehow I am going to make it through this episode. Thanks for your patience, guys. I promise I'll be back next week in top 4.
Is it me, or I can watch Glenn play for hours? His flow like water.
Oh, thanks, dude. That's something I never ever thought I'd hear somebody say about my guitar playing on this show. It just goes to prove what practice can do. And if you want to get better on guitar, yeah, put in the time. It's what I did. It just works. Just sit around, watch Netflix, watch Stranger Things, and do finger exercises. It works. Trust me.
Honestly, you're a testament to the fact that anyone can learn to play guitar. You've gone from pretty amateurist to a riff monster in a few years through nothing but hard work and practice. Really keeps me motivated to practice myself. Cheers, dude.
Oh, dude, thanks so much. I really do appreciate that. That just keeps me going, really. And this is the thing. I'm batching a whole bunch of viewers' comments. Yesterday, I batched a whole bunch of guitar reviews because for some strange reason, you guys really like my guitar reviews now. That's something I never thought I'd wind up doing in the show. It's like we did that Now, we did this video on this amazing Schecter V a few weeks back, the one that Groper said it was the ugliest thing he'd ever seen. Yeah, okay, whatever, dude. And this got like 183,000 views in a freaking week. I'm like, what the hell? That's me on a guitar review? That's something that I never thought I'd see happen on the show. And for that, I've got to thank you guys because you made that possible and you made it happen. So I'm going to keep doing some guitar reviews. Chances are we probably will wind up seeing a lot more Schecters on the show. Let me know if that's something you would like to see because maybe I might turn that into a weekly thing if you guys really like the guitar reviews that much. That's something I'm considering doing. Anyway, I'm going to be having one I think by the time this episode airs, anyway, I'll have one guitar review every Tuesday throughout the month of February. If that's something you guys would like to continue seeing, please let me know, and I will definitely make that happen. After all, I'm here to make sure you guys enjoy the show, and if it's something you guys like seeing, I'll make sure it happens.
Can you please bring someone in who actually knows how to play guitar when you demo guitars? Thank you on behalf of literally everyone.
Just goes to prove, can't please them all. Hey guys, do you want the ultimate metal pedal for your rig? Of course you do. That's why you're here on this channel, Spectre Sound Studios. You'll want to learn how to get the awesome metal tones. And one of the best ways to get an awesome metal tone is use one of these. This is the Northern Mauler, and I managed to get this mix using this pedal. Now this combines awesome rev style distortion with the legendary Swedish chainsaw and gives us a very cool blend control, and we can dial it in to absolute perfection. This is an amazing pedal designed right here in Canada by Rev Amplification based on a few of my suggestions, and I'm very proud of the result we got. You can check it out over at smgpedals.com. Links in the description below. Now it's time for the Butthurt of the Week.
What we really need in a pickup shootout done directly to an interface rather than using amps. It's very clear at this point that an amp is the main difference in tone, but what about when we take the amp itself out of the equation entirely? That I would like to see. I suspect it will be further evidence that the different types of humbuckers sound pretty much the same, but I'd like to see it tested.
Well, as a recording guy who's trying to make records for clients and make them happy, what would be the point in that? Because nobody is going to be plugging their guitars in just in the interface and not using an amp sim or something of some kind, except for people who don't know what the fuck they're doing. We've definitely seen that happen on Monday Mix Reviews, that's for sure. But that 10 guitar shootout I did on the follow-up, I'm gonna be shooting that in the next day or two, actually. I'm actually gonna be running the clips back with just the sound directly off the pickup so you guys can hear that as well. The differences are far more apparent there. So yes, when you add gain onto your sound, it definitely changes it up. But asking for, oh, don't plug it into an amp, it's like, dude, that's the whole point of electric guitars, to plug it into an amp. Next, what are you gonna want to see? A kart race without wheels? I don't understand you guys sometimes, I really don't.
I know people tend to mock Schecter for just being pointy metal guitars without actually trying them out. I bought the Nick Johnson Strat, and it's easily the best Strat I own. On the strength of what I got, a solo custom 2P90s, which is so alive it's crazy. My next guitar will be another Schecter, probably a single cut, 2 humbuckers model of some sort. I love Schecter.
I do too. In my opinion, they're absolute studio weapons. They stay in tune really well, they play great, and they're, reasonably affordable as well. Personally, I would love to get one in here, a humbucker with like a Sustainiac pickup and something like that. I remember me and Pete Thorne did a video on those a few years ago at the first GitCon, and they were just way too much fun. And I think we need more of that, more Floyd Roses and Sustainiacs. That's way more fun, in my opinion, than just genting away on an 8-string, that's for sure.
How does it compare to the Aero 1000? I own the Aero 1000 and it's an incredible guitar, easily my #1 axe, but I remember considering the Schecter before I settled on the LTD.
Oh, you mean like this Aero 1000 right here? Yeah, this is a phenomenal guitar. Truth is, I don't know because I don't have them tuned the same because this one's set up for standard tuning and I'm fucking lazy and I just don't want to redo the Floyd to get that set up. Yeah, I can understand what you mean about your Aero 1000 being your #1 guitar because yeah, these things just play great. This is easily one of the best guitars in my collection. It's just absolutely phenomenal. I love playing this guitar. It sits so comfortably, especially with this little hump here. That's a little bit more unique to the LTD than the Schecter, that's for sure. But they're both super awesome guitars. You couldn't go wrong with either choice in my opinion. They're both just fucking great.
Early metal bands played Fenders and Gibsons because that's all you could get. They didn't have ESP Jackson or Schecter. Nowadays, if you want to play metal, there's no reason not to buy a metal guitar. I'm sure there are at least 1,000 different varieties.
I think you're right on the money with that observation, though. As a metal player these days, we've got a multitude of choices. So don't be afraid to try something out that might be a little bit different branded, so to speak. And just go out there and see what's out. Go try some guitars. Find one that you like.
I think this is the best tone I've heard from you play from guitars you have reviewed. Not sure if you changed your tone or just the guitar pickups. Nice.
All I can say is this: it's not the guitar and it's not the pickups. If you watched my video on IK's Tonex, it was a capture that I did in here using my free impulse response, which you can get below in the video description, and a capture of the driftwood right here. That's all it was. And yeah, I'm really happy with that sound. That's something I could put on a client's record. And just goes to show how good AmpSim technology has got and what you can do on your desktop even with the technology available. It's a really great time to be a recording engineer.
People will forgive you for being wrong, but will never forgive you for being right, especially if events prove you right while proving them wrong. Give them hell, Glenn! Bravo!
Dude, I think you hit that one on the head. People won't forgive you if you prove them wrong, especially if they spent money on something.
It's going to get to the point that Glenn will have us convinced that every single guitar sounds exactly the same, and we only think we hear any difference because they're all stained different colors.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. Guitars don't sound exactly the same. There's some minor differences. Whether or not it's worth paying hundreds or even thousands of dollars for those minor differences, completely up to you, the player. My thing I want you guys to be aware of is if, you're somebody who's struggling and working hard and you want to get better tone and whatnot, and you've been reading all these ads or some reviews and stuff like that, and they've got you pining for new pickups that are going to magically fix your tone. That's just not the case.
I've been following you for a couple years now, and this is by far my favorite video you've done. Guitarists really need to see this. I can't believe how much effort goes into endless discussions about the pickup versus that pickup being essential for the ultimate chugging sound. Last year, I bought an aftermarket pickup for the very first time and put it into my Jackson guitar, and I was surprised by how little difference it actually made to the tone. People must be really kidding themselves once they've spent all that money.
Yes, they are.
I know the tone wood debate is long dead thanks to this cool new thing called technology, but I want to mention that I've had a rather fun time simply asking people who still believe in it if they've ever once heard an electric guitar part and thought, yeah, this sounds great, but it'd be much better with a mahogany body. Haven't had a single decent response yet.
Can't imagine why.
Your videos over the years have literally saved me thousands. With patience, I managed to get the best tone I've ever gotten simply by using 2 mics and taking the time to place them strategically.
Hey, Paul, you know what? Thanks so much for that, and I'm really glad I could be helpful to you there. And guys, that's really what it comes down to. If you're working at home and if you've got a live cabinet or whatnot, just make lots of recordings, try the same thing over and over and over again, move the mic a little bit and see what happens. Or better yet, get a Dynamount and have that move the microphone so you can hear what happens. That's really where the tone is, where the mic is in relation to the speaker. You move that a little bit, it's going to shift quite a lot. And that is something that takes a long time to learn. It took me about a decade to get it right. And that's why this channel's theme song is called The Eagles Landed, because that was the riff I wrote when I finally achieved the sound I was looking for. It's like anything worth doing, it takes time and it takes effort and it takes a lot of practice. Pickups aren't going to be the magic bullet. Developing your ear and knowing where to put the mic in front of the cabinet, that is a skill you need to develop. You can't buy your way into that. All right, everybody, that's it for this episode. Wow, it's over so fast. This is gotta be the shortest one out of this whole batch of viewers' comments I just did. I am freaking exhausted. I'm gonna go take a nap. I can't believe I just shot 6 of these in a row. Thanks for coming back week after week after week for this. Hope you guys had some fun with it. It's fun hearing from you guys that I've helped make better recordings. It's fun hearing from you guys that I pissed off because I dared make some tests that showed, hey, guess what? It's not much of a change going on here. Ultimately, though, the fun part is just hearing from you guys all together. Please keep those comments and questions coming because I love hearing from you guys. And that's why we're almost 400 episodes into this series, is because you guys are the ones who make it happen. And for that, I am ever so grateful. Anyway, next week I should be back from my travels, so hopefully I'm gonna have a whole bunch of new subjects to talk about then as well. Anyway, if you haven't, please consider hitting the subscribe button. It really does help the show move along. And keep coming back on Tuesdays for more tests and science experiments and reviews and all that kind of good stuff as well. Anyway, until next time, just remember, let's make some great music together.